Well, I've still got a fair way to go. I'd say about 50% on this beach hut look. But I thought I'd talk you through some of it. These little lanterns, I think I mentioned these last night, they use a 12 volt to 3 volt dropper, which is great because then you don't need those little AA batteries to run them. My it didn't ding very well, did it? Ship's bell. And this whole wardrobe is all made out of tongue and groove. I've got quite a bit of work to do in terms of wiring there because it's the most complicated I think it's ever been. I've obviously got the that's a solar controller. I've got a couple of 100 watts on the roof and a lorry battery under the seat, and a watt meter that I need to fit up here and tidy this wiring out, obviously. Really handy, these little 12 volt sockets. I've got so many of them everywhere because you can never have enough points for those. This is the tongue and groove worktop, and I've used willow, that's the name of the colour anyway, shed paint from Wilco, 3 coats of that and 4 coats of varnish, matte varnish, and that should stand anything, any hot cups, that sort of thing. Up this end I've still got an awful lot of work to do. I'm still working on these cupboards, again all on the beach, same little rope handles. They've all got to be fitted and made square. I think the temptation, I'm not keeping those in there by the way, just a couple of spare batteries. Leisure battery there if anybody needs one. Starter battery if anybody needs one. Nothing wrong with them, it's just that I've got bigger ones. And all my paint bits and pieces. And an extra shelf next to the seat. Underneath this I've got all my sort of service gas pipes, and most of the cabling from the battery all goes underneath there, and I can also store tools under there as well, which is quite handy. I measured this and a portaloo will fit in there nicely, so with the curtain across the front that should hide that up nicely. Obviously you wouldn't get in there to go on it, but yeah. So and what else have we got? Right, up here I've got the Propex controller without the cover on because I'm connecting that in at the moment. Above it is a remote controlled relay which is going inside a small box. That enables me to turn on my Propex heating with the remote control. Now it sounds kind of superfluous, but not if you're in the middle of winter and you get up on a freezing cold morning and there's ice everywhere. I can just point my remote at the camper and the heating comes on for a good 30 minutes before I go, and then it's nice and toasty in here, so that's well worth doing. One of these little candle lanterns, can't remember, I think it might have been Home Bargains I got those. They run on a couple of AA batteries, so again I'll probably use one of those little voltage droppers on that, so it'll run off the leisure. It doesn't use very much. Then I've got these and prepared to be blinded porthole lights, which really knock the desk up rather nice actually. So that's those. What else have we got? My fish, essential, and my little boat. And a lot of the things actually that I got in here have all been sort of reclaimed. In Nuneaton where I live, there's a tip obviously, but part of it is given over to a charity which recycles things that people have, junked and they think may have a second life. So it's called Second Chance. And this was one of the things I got there. I think that was 20p, the grand total of, along with this really nice weathered frame, which was also 20p. And I put a picture in there that I took a few years ago when I was down on Anglesey, and it just seemed to sort of fit in with the overall thing. As far as this for a hot surface, I'm not sure I'd want to put a boiling pan on it, so what I have got under my worktop, again recycled, was this really great little tile. And that means I can put anything hot when I'm parked up and then just put the thing away when I don't need it. Cooker itself, quick connectors. That way, I can plug this via the sliding door because I've got a gas outlet there, and I've got a gas outlet at the end of this worktop. so I can plug my cooker in wherever I need to. Or, you know, if I want to run it outside or run a barbecue or whatever. And down the back, got a couple of switches there. They do the main lights and, you know, these little, I'm waffling, aren't I? These little lanterns up here. These things are fantastic. I can't actually show you them because I've disconnected it, but they are as bright as a fluorescent, but use barely any current. Brilliant little things. I think I mentioned those as well. They're about £1.89, something like that. Really, really cheap. I would demonstrate my table, but I've had to put that away. But that's just a general look round my beach hut theme. It's quite nice in the dark, you know. But there you go. Hope that helps. Oh, and my stained glass window.